In this presentation, we make a project with a Beckhoff controller, model CX8190, and a Beijer HMI, model X2Base. The project shows you how to install an operating system from the beginning in the Beckhoff micro SD card and configure the IP address of the Ethernet port. We will create a project in Twincat 3 software for the Beckhoff controller and in the iX Developer 2.4 software for the Beijer HMI. Establish the communication settings, import tags, and download the project in the devices. At the final of this video, I will show you an observation with the iX Developer runtime for this application and how to perform a program upload from the Beckhoff controller to the Twincat software for a backup. We remove the microSD card from the controller and insert it in the computer. We download the operating system from the Beckhoff webpage, in my case, the Windows Embedded Compact 7. To install the operating system, we need to format the microSD card first, and then copy the files that we have downloaded. Finally, we insert the microSD card and energize the controller. We will work with the Ethernet port X101. To activate the DHCP function, we have to put the DIP switch S101 in the follow configuration: 10 in on, 9 in off, and 1 to 8 then have no meaning. I use the software IPScan to look what IP address is assigned to the controller. We will create a Twincat project to our Beckhoff controller. The version is Twincat 3. We choose a standard project and leave the default name Project 1. We have to add a root dialog and perform the broadcast search. Our controller will be scanned. In advanced settings, we have to change the option hostname for IP address. In target root, check project, and in remote root, check non-server. Press add root and then OK. Now, to activate the root, check the target and remote root to static. Press add root and use the default username administrator and password 1. A mark will be appear on the column connected that indicates that the root is OK and active. We will scan the modules in the rack of the controller. To do this, we have to put the controller in configuration mode. We will see that the color of the LED will change from green to blue. Now, in I/O, we can scan the modules. In my case, EL1A59 and EK1110 is shown. The next step is to create a logic in the controller. First, we create the variables. For this example, I'm going to program a pull train with timers to increment a variable and use it to activate the digital output of the EL1A59 module. We need to link the output variables with the digital output addresses. We build the solution, restart the run mode, and activate the configuration in the controller. We can see how the LEDs changes with the actions that we are doing. The software Twincat gives us a license to prove our project in the controller. Once we finish the project without problems, we can buy the licenses that we only need. Now, we go online. Set the variable real to 500. This value is converted to 500 milliseconds by the program that we wrote. Click in Run Program and enable the pulse train with the variable bool. Now, we are going to create a route to communicate the Beckhoff controller with the Beijer HMI. put a name to identify the HMI, and in NetID put the IP address of the HMI followed by 0.1.1. Select IP address, target root project, and remote root non-server. Click Add Root and then OK. The next step is to create a .tpy file in order to export the tag of the Beckhoff controller. Build the solution, and then we can find the .tpy file in the location of the project. To design the project in the Beijer HMI, we use the software iX Developer in the version 2.4. In Tag section, Controller tab, we have 3 buttons. In Controller, the chosen protocol is ADS symbolic. In Settings is an important point. NetID has to be set with the IP address of the HMI. In my case, 192.168.10.149, followed by 0.1.1. In Station, we have to set the values with the information of the Beckhoff controller. In my case, the IP address is 192.168.10.66. NetID 5.52.100.118.1.1. The port number is 851. Now, we will import the tags from the controller to the HMI using the .tpy file that we create in the steps before. The design of the screen is showed. Finally, we download the project to the HMI. For the last part of this presentation, I want to show you what happens when you try to use the runtime in the iX developer software. Even when we have seen that the project is correct, when we perform the runtime, the software shows a communication error. Finally, I show you how to create a backup from the Beckhoff controller.